connections with another show. Let me slow down. We have Tim Gray in the house. Tim Gray has created something amazing, and I want him to tell you about it. He created faithchannel.com. And so pretty soon, I think you can catch it online right now, but pretty soon it's going to be on all the streaming channels. And so we have been craving content for us, for Christians, or at least that's appropriate for the family. Tell us what you created. First, introduce yourself to the people. Tim Gray.
I would love to. My name's Tim Gray, and when I grew up in Southern Illinois and Western Kentucky. My dad was in the hotel business. My uncle was a U.S. congressman for over 30 years, but my family never went to church. When I was a young teenage boy in the 70s, my dad would sit every Sunday watching oral preach on television. That's how my dad got saved. I went to a local church, found the Lord, went to Oral Roberts University to study theology and television because I saw the power of media, Tyra, or Dr. Tyra, how it could come into a home like mine and really change the trajectory of my family. So there's a real passion and purpose.
It's funny you say that, and I'm getting derailed for a second, but I remember when Obama was running for office, and I said to myself, the people didn't elect him, the media did.
100%. Yeah.
So whoever the media, in the past, whoever the media elects, that's who becomes president until the last president that we had. Not this one, but the other one.
Yeah.
And so the media didn't want him, and they fought tooth and nail, but the people finally said, hey, we need something different. Okay, now back to topic. But it just brings something that the media, and then a lady from the media said, we tell them what to think.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I've worked in media for a long time, placing faith and family content on everywhere from E! Entertainment. I put the first religious show on E! Entertainment television, all the way to CNBC Europe, BET, Discovery Channel.
Really?
Working in their religious blocks, yes, ma'am. I worked with a number of faith-based content on Z Television, it's the largest secular network in India, just because I know that power of media. But I do believe this: everybody wants to know their creator. And I will tell you, the networks know that we're a niche, we're a large niche, and we're a loyal niche and a worldwide niche. This hunger for God.
So that's why they allow us.
That's why they allow us. They know that there's an audience there, and then there's the business side of it behind it. That's why the major platforms are open to it, because they have to meet the needs of their subscribers, and they have to grow, and they have to have that content.
And so do you ever foresee them taking that away from us? Because they're trying to take a lot of stuff away from us.
It's interesting when you say that. So faithchannel.com is a safe place. So I've created a safe place. I got into streaming in 96 with Washington for Jesus, and created faithchannel.com in 2007 as a safe environment, a trusted environment to help ministries get out there. And now we're creating it to where we're reaching the whole family that want to experience hope and encounter God. So it's not just preaching. I want great, solid, trusted preaching, worship and music, documentaries, movies, kids, youth, podcasts, all in a safe environment because of the cancel culture. It's interesting too. I believe from what I'm seeing is the cancel culture is affecting ministers. If they say something, they get canceled. So it's muzzling them so they don't say anything. But I even find it now where people don't even want to tell their neighbors what they think. They don't even want to tell coworkers what they believe in. We're afraid of being judged or whatever. And we need to be led. And that's why I love what you're doing in your program, because you're helping equip people that we're not alone, Dr. Tyler, is that you're helping giving people tools on not how to think or what to think, but to give us tools to help us think and decide. So we can back up and we can rise up together.
And we have to think. People have to learn to think for themselves.
Yes.
And you have to, at one point say, hey, something's not too right about this. Something, and if we stop thinking for ourselves, we're letting other people tell us that we're racist or that we're this or that we're oppressed, which is ridiculous. And so could you tell us, you told me, you did tell a little bit about your story, but how did you fall into this niche? Because there's such a need for good content, safe content for teenagers and for young people's good content.
Yeah.
How did you, what led you to this?
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm not one that had the story of I had this horrible wrecked life and then I got saved and then everything was great. I'm one that had a life that was a very distant father, a loving father, but was gone all the time, worked all the time, so it was very different. But when I did get saved, I then began I never drank when I was in high school or college. I worked for the ministry and got married, and I'm still married almost 38 years now. But I went through this past decade to where I had lost hope. Marital separation, my media company, I built an 8-figure media company. I went bankrupt. I had a horrible relationship with most all of my children, addiction wrecking my home, and just had lost everything. And the big thing I lost is I honestly lost hope in God. I saw God as the creator, and then maybe when I die I get to go to heaven, but not involved in my life. And it wasn't until I really broke down and lost everything. And I will tell you this too. The one place that I felt I couldn't share anything with was with the church or my community.
Why?
Because
Why?
I thought, what's wrong with me? Where's my lack of faith? Where's the sin in my life that has happened? Was I not given enough? Did I hold a grudge against somebody? You have all this warped theology of who God is.
Right. So when we go to church, when we make friends there, we see these people, but we're given the persona of the best parts of ourselves at church. Mm-hmm. And so we forget that there's real stuff going on at home that other people don't know about. And we have to be careful not to judge, because we will be judged on whatever we judge. And and I'm not going to down the church. I'm not going to do that. But sometimes it's a facade that we put on.
It is.
When really there are battles going on.
What I have found now is that I do have a church. We go to a tremendous church here in Dallas, a tremendous life group that I can be real with, that I can share and have helped circle around when those struggles were there. And I also really had to go back to it was a misconception that I had of God. I thought it was very much about works and that I had to do, not just be. Until I really got into the concept of taking off the negative labels of my life, the sin, the guilt, the shame, and all of that, to find out the core of who I was, which is a precious child of God. I had to take off the positive labels. I'm not a media mogul, an entrepreneur, a businessman. It's a calling, a job, a profession. But the core of who I am, it took me a long time to get there. Because I'm a precious child of God. And that's why when I say I lost hope and I want people to experience hope, that's what I want our content to do, is experience hope. And once I got that, I can't tell you now, I'm married almost 38 years.
That's amazing.
I got 6 great kids. I got 7 wonderful grandkids. Life is sweet. Somebody said to me, Father's Day was the other day. I hope you had a great Father's Day. I said, oh, great Father's Day. But I know so many of my Father's Days where my wife we separated her. My kids didn't want to talk to me because of that. And so that's why it makes this time sweeter. And I would love to say I just went to the altar and everything was great. But a process began. And
we got to walk through some times.
It still takes a lot of hard work and that kind of effort. But it also, I found something too that I didn't realize. I could actually be vulnerable with my wife and tell her what was going on and my problems, and we really began to pray together. I thought I used to just have to be a hero and a rock star. And really, it's crazy. I'm 58, but just in the last several years, really learning a relationship with my wife that's wonderful. Where we can really work together and raise our kids together and stand together. But it's also from counseling and coaches and really getting involved in church. It's really, for me, diving into who I am in the Father. That's why I'm passionate about this all the time. I'm passionate about delivering great content and a great message. And that's why I love what you do.
Thank you. So when I go to faithchannel.com for the first time, what kind of content, what am I going to find?
First, that's a great question. First thing you'll find, and the reason I went with Faith Channel is so it's searched and people find it, because people want to find their faith. We make it very clear on there. We stream Christian movies and content and things like that. So we're not trying to hide the fact content, right? We put faith out there so people can find it easy, but we make it very clear. And then our byline, experience, hope, encounter God. What you're going to find on there is you're going to find great preaching and teaching that's very solid. We just signed a deal with Michael Jr. for a comedy section. I love
Michael Jr.
Oh, he's a great comedian. You'll
I'll take your word on it.
But Michael Jr. is very funny. He's a great comedian. He'll be here hosting tomorrow night at the NRV.
Okay.
But he's great. But he does movies and podcasts and different things like that. So, but a comedy section just to laugh. Because not
we need to laugh.
all of our content, just like every movie or anything, just has a salvation message. It doesn't. Some do, some don't. But it has that where it stirs you in something that'll let you experience hope again, drive you to think and teaching and some from every angle.
And so not everything we watch has to be like Christian, but it just needs to be appropriate.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
it.
we need something that's, you know, we can't trust Netflix with my kids.
Yeah.
You know, we just can't, because I can't trust Netflix with me, because I'm watching something and next thing you know, something crazy jumps out on the screen. My husband walks by, it's like, what are you watching?
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't mean it. You see me here working,
Yeah.
you know, and so it's like that. And so we hadn't even gotten rid of that. We cut the cord on cable, so all we do now is stream.
We have passed on 90% of the content that's been submitted to us. So what we have on faithchannel.com, I'm very proud of. It's very select, and it's great in all the different areas. And I'm not judging it from good or bad or quality and things, but I want that story to be solid, and I want it to be great, and I want to have a variety on it.
Right.
And somebody may not like everything we have on there, but I can tell you it's trusted content.
Right. Well, you get to pick. I mean, it's like you get to pick what you want, you know, to watch.
Yeah. One of the sections we have on there is News Uncensored, because I think there's so much news out there that's biased, and people want to know, especially believers, tell us what we're supposed to think. Tell us how. Equip us. Give us those tools like you're giving us, and how to have it. So we've got a News Uncensored section as well as podcasts as well.
Well, y'all, if you want to know what to think, instead of letting the media tell you what to think, whether Christian or non-Christian, if you want to know what to think, go to your Bible. That will tell you what to think, and it'll also tell you the heart of the Lord. Yeah. Don't let media tell you what to think, because it's making you angry, and it's dividing our country. That's what it does. It's divisive. Look at it. Look how you feel when you watch a little bit of news, secular news anyway. Yeah. Look how you feel. You know, both sides can make you angry. And so, look, go to your word to what you think. But to relax, go to the faithchannel.com when you need to relax and you need to have some fun and you just need some good content. But the Bible tells you what to think.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Thank you for that worship work. We have great worship too. If you just want to go in there and put on faithchannel.com,
I saw that it had
worship,
elevation worship
elevation
on there.
Worship. Yeah, we got great worship on there. The nice thing is too,
so is it like video? So is it like videos like
and music? There's even one on there that says simple hymns, like old gospel hymns done.
No, people don't know hymns anymore.
No. But just simple hymns on there is great. The thing that we're doing too is we're not just taking the content here from America and pushing it out. We're bringing content in from around the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have Planet Shakers on there out of Australia, and for youth as well. We have content. Pastor Matthew Ashimolo, tremendous pastor from London. He's originally from Lagos, Nigeria. Tremendous pastor, been a good friend for 25 years. We've got his content on there as well. So we're bringing content not just from here, like, oh, let's just go evangelize the world. Oh my gosh, there's some tremendous churches and ministries out there. Right? Just some tremendous churches.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing testimonies on, you know, about this. And so I'm looking forward to having it in my home. I'm hoping that you're going to check it out, and because, you know, we need we need media that's not telling us what to think. And so, or in films that aren't telling us what to think and that go against what God says in the Word. And so, you know,
thank you.
Well, thank you, and thank you. Share this out and start talking about faithchannel.com. It's something to talk about. This is going to be a great topic, and I'm looking forward to people posting about what they found out about it. So I'm hoping for some good, you know, what do you call it?
Feedback.
Thank you.
Dr. Tyra, thank you. Seriously, you do a great job. You mean not only something that's wanted, but it's needed as well. So I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
For your support. And we just want people to experience hope and encounter the God that I have in me.
Yes. All right. Bye. See you later.